Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. It is time for our next Saturday with Stacy, YouTube class number 419. And oh my, okay, my hands are gonna get a little bit inky today, no question about it. So if you need to just wear gloves while I'm doing this, just for the sake of wearing them to make you feel better, I completely understand. But I have got amazing products for you from Creative Expressions. I've got a brand new company called Simple and Basic for you, a swoon, and I've got a flash sale. Come back again. I got in touch with Spellbinders and it turns out that we're able to offer this one last time, so we're going to offer it to you. It's a full class, totally technique based, and we're going to start very simple, and I'm going to actually start with some of the Creative Expressions product and show you many different ways of using it, so that hopefully one of them is a way that you'll feel most comfortable with. This is about options and putting aside what you think you can't do and embracing and knowing that you can do. Honestly, you can. I've got winner chicken dinner to talk about. I have my keys. No chance of being locked in tonight, so I don't have to call Mr. SMS, especially since it's really late. I'm starting this class super late. I do not think he would be happy with me if I had to call him. I honestly think I might call one of the SMS girls first. Now, I've got 4 winner chicken dinners to talk to you about. Also, before I move on to that, thank you everybody for my birthday wishes and my birthday cards. Oh, lots of love and big hugs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so kind and so nice for you to post and send cards. I am now 53 years old. I embrace my 53. I'm not embarrassed to say I'm 53, and it doesn't matter if I even look 53. It is what it is. I have earned every one of my gray hairs and every wrinkle on my face, and I take pride in each of them. I am not about to start dyeing my hair to get rid of the gray, because frankly, that is a lifelong program. Once you sign up, you can't get off. You're constantly like touching up every 4 weeks. No. That is so not me. I just can't. So it is what it is. But thank you everybody for being so kind. And I'm hoping that 53, well, the past couple years have been a roller coaster. So let's hope 53, I'd settle for a smooth coast. I don't need to have bells and whistles and fireworks for my year. If we can just like be on glass, water that's glass, like a pond that has a beautiful reflection and it's just smooth. I'll go for a smooth year. Okay, so I have winner to talk about. We have 4 winners because, well, we had technical difficulties. So I have winners from last week and the week before. I want to announce them and get them going. And the first name is great. This is from YouTube number 417, and we're on 419. So I'm going to announce winners from 417 and 418. You've won a $25 gift card. You don't have to do anything to claim it. It is already in your online account to go spend. All you had to do was post something that was funny or kind or nice or general or generic, and we approved it, and wahoo kachoo. This week you are our lucky winner chicken dinners. And if you want to post a comment, don't forget, you have to subscribe to Scrapbooking Made Simple. There's a little heart with an SMS somewhere in this general vicinity. Move your mouse over it, a subscribe bar will come up. Just click that and subscribe to our channel. Then you can post a comment below. And as long as that comment is kind, funny, general, generic, whatever, as long as it's polite, then I will approve it and you go into the running for a winner chicken dinner. If you are watching this during the premiere, which is Saturday morning, 8 a.m. sunny California time, 11 a.m. in New York, or 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom, you will see we are live chatting right here. Live chatting does not count. you have to post below for a chance to be a winner. Okay, so I've got 4 of you. Our first winner from 417 is Stephanie. Now she spells her name, I think, the typical way, Stephanie. I have a sister, Stephanie. I haven't seen her in years and years. My family has kind of gone its own way, but she spells it Stephenne. My parents were getting very clever with names, so it's Stephanie. So Stephanie with the normal spelling. Stephanie Walter, congratulations. You're a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Bet you never thought that was going to happen, right? Who knew your name was going to come up? Well, it is your turn. Congratulations. Our second winner from 417 is Susan. And Susan is spelled just like Susan should be spelled. And her last name is Schnell. Susan Schnell. Susan, is that you? Congratulations, because if it is, you also are a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. But we're not done. I have 2 more from last week. Are you ready? Oh, I'm going to start with this one because I can do this one. Okay, this is from YouTube 418, which was the rice paper cards and the shakers and all that fun stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. Our first winner is Eva. Eva Michaels. Hello, Eva. Is that you? Because if it is, congratulations. You also are a winner chicken dinner. Nothing to do but go spend your $25. And our last winner is Lisa. Stankowitz. Ah, Lisa. I got the Stan, and I think I got the Wicks, but it's the middle. Stankowitz. I don't know, Lisa. Does it really matter? Of course not. You are a winner chicken dinner. You have $25 to spend. You're going to make your heart happy. You're going to forgive me. After all, we are friends, aren't we, Lisa? We are. And friends forgive each other, don't they? Yes, especially girlfriends. So we take care of each other. So now I'm going to do the winner chicken dinner dance. Congratulations to all 4 of you. Like I said, you don't have to do anything to claim your prize. Your $25 is already in your online account. Are you ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. Congratulations to all 4 of you. And again, if you want a chance to be a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, so easy peasy. Just post a comment below. And as long as it's something that you would say to your mom or your grandma or your husband or your significant other in politeness, I will approve it. And then you have a chance to be a winner. Okay, so what do we have for you this week? Ooh, I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. I feel very centered knowing that my keys are right there. Ozzy Andrew says, sorry about the homely. The homely flowers was from a couple of weeks ago. Oh my gosh. That was so funny. He said, hey, but you got yourself a deal, right? I'm like, uh-huh. So, all right, we're going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. And I have some samples to show you, and then we will move into, I'm going to start with the creative expressions. I have got Pixie Sparklers for you that are new. We've never YouTubed these colors before, and we're going to play with those, and then we're going to move into the simple and basic product. And while we're doing all of that, the flash sale from Spellbinders, I'll be using that product as well. I think the flash sale is like $55 for $19.99. And we're actually shipping that product out now. So you may be just now receiving the original flash sale, but they have a few more that they can offer us. So I said, okay, we'll offer them and see what happens. Are you ready? Time to tilt down and get started for today. It's good to see you, and thank you again for my birthday wishes. 53 is going to be great. No other option, right? Right. Okay, down I go. Let us tilt on in. And down, and let's look at samples. So a couple samples just to get you kind of Ooh, and ah. And that dragonfly is on one of the stamp sets I have for you. Look at how pretty is that. Look at the mica on the background. Does it come off? Oh no, it does not. Did we set it with anything? Oh no, we didn't. So look at how pretty is this. Ooh, do you see it? I hope it comes through. I can never tell if you can see it in the camera or not, but so pretty. We've got creative expressions. We've got simple and basic. And then wait. Look at that. Oh, look at the iridescence on that. And then right back on in. Uh-huh. All right, so I'm going to put those aside and we're going to get started for today. Now, the flash sale. The flash sale I have for you is one that we've done in the past. It was using the Jane Davenport product. Don't know what happened. Have a feeling that Michaels was carrying this and Michaels isn't carrying it anymore. So they, Spellbinder, said, hey, would you like to do something with it? And I said, of course I would. And these are shipping out right now. This is not the first time we've offered the flash sale. I want to say it's like $55 for all of it. And we have it on sale for $19.99. This book is amazing. It really is. And I'm going to be using the book, but not in necessarily the way you would use the book. It's an art journal and it's filled with beautiful watercolor paper, really beautiful watercolor paper, and oodles of sheets. I think I tried counting last time and I just stopped. I wanted to say I stopped at 40 sheets. So that alone is worth the $19.99. But then we've got the water brushes, which retail for like $8 something, and the misters, which are $5.99, and the fine tip needlepoint, which is also $5.99, but you're gonna get it all for $19.99. So I'm gonna start by pulling out some watercolor paper. Let me put this there and this there and that there. Okay, so here's the journal. Maybe I tilt back just a little bit. Here's the journal. And it is, I mean, Jane uses it as her art journal, and you can absolutely do that, especially with the price that it's being sold for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, so there's oodles of watercolor paper in here. And if you want, you can leave it in the book and use it as an art journal. For $19.99 with all the other tools, it's a great price. However, we're gonna take the watercolor paper out. And I'm just gonna pull it sheet by sheet. Well, I guess I'm gonna pull this whole big one. Can I get that? Okay, well, let's see if I can pull this one. There we go. Watercolor paper is watercolor paper. I mean, there's definitely different qualities of watercolor paper. And Jane, I think the reason why the book is as expensive as it is at regular price is because the watercolor paper is such fine quality. But since I don't do an art journal, maybe this will be easier. Because I don't do an art journal, I just want to use that watercolor paper. It's cheaper than buying it any other way for the quality of the watercolor paper it is. Oh yeah, that was much easier. So I'm just going to take out sheets of it as needed to use in today's class. I mean, when you're talking, and these are like 9 by 11, 9 by 12 sheets. They're huge. Huge sheets, so I'm actually going to even cut them down. Maybe I'll just cut them in half. And there's 2 sides to them. I want to say that it's 200 GSM is my guess. Feels like it. It's my guess. And there's 2 sides to them. There's a more smooth side and a more rough side. Is it cold press or hot press? I'm not 100% sure which. I just know that the girls absolutely love it, and all the SMS girls have taken several of the books home because they just want to use it for their watercolor paper. Absolutely. Now, what are we going to do with this? We're going to play with Creative Expressions today, and Creative Expressions has new Pixie Sparkles. I always get there's Pixie. There's a lot of different Pixie products in the Cosmic Shimmer line. These are Pixie Sparkles, and they are by Jamie Rogers, and they are a powdered mica. They're a powdered pigment with mica, and we released 6 of them before, and now we have 12 new colors. We've never YouTubed them, these 12 new colors, but we did the first 6. They're beautiful. They're really beautiful, and I want to show you a couple different ways to use them. Now, I think I'm going to start just by doing one, just so you can see what happens when you do use it. Okay, so I'm going to open these 2. So these 2 haven't been opened yet. This color is Red Oxide, and this color is Green Bay. When you get them at your home and you're ready to play with them, you are going to have to open them up, and there is a little piece of foam in there that you're going to want to get out. Screw your lid back on. Let's take this one out too. So get rid of that piece of foam. And you can see it's a powder. It's not a liquid at all. And I'm going to tell you, a little goes a long, long way. This is going to last you quite some time. This is nothing like a perfect pearl. Nothing like a perfect pearl. This would be more on the line of a brusho, only a brusho with mica in it. And a brusho product is a pigmented powder. We also are going to need to snip them open because they are closed. Closed until you snip. And there's this line here. Well, I guess they're not totally closed, but that hole is not big enough to get anything out of, I can tell you that. There's a little line on the bottle, on the nose of the bottle. And you're going to want to snip just right below that line, because if you try to get some of it out with this tiny little hole that they've given you, it's a no can do. So you're just going to snip right below that line, giving yourself a better opportunity for it to shake out. And then the caps go right back on. And easy peasy. So let's see, let's see what this color looks like. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit of it. And maybe I'll do, so that's this red. Maybe I will do also this purple rainstorm. Okay, so it looks pink in the bottle. I mean, that's what I thought it was, pink. So let's do a little purple rainstorm. And look at it, it's very pink on the paper too. And then maybe we'll do some fairy sky. So I'm not going to, these colors aren't meant to necessarily coordinate together. I'm just going to throw some down here so you can see what happens once I mist it. So all I've got down here are some powders. This one is red oxide. Here I've got what's supposed to be purple rainstorm, and here it is called flirty sky. They don't look like much there, and again, they are not like a perfect pearl. A perfect pearl is a mica-based powder that goes on with a Versamark medium or a glue pad, and the color that you see in the jar is the color that you're going to see when you put it down on paper. This is a pigment-based powder with mica in it. It's going to look totally different the minute we spray it. So let me just, okay, so that's kind of the color if I was just to kind of rub it around. Not much of anything. Look at what happens when I start adding water. That pink is turning into that purpley blue. Look at the flirty dance actually turned into kind of a light pink. Look at the beautiful vibrancy of that. And originally it was just this dull, yucky looking powder. But once you add water to it, it transforms. It moistens the pigment enough to where all of a sudden that color is released and it just absolutely explodes. They really are beautiful. And how these are different than a brush show is that included in it is a mica. So there is a sheen and a shine to them. I'm going to take a heat tool real quick just so you can see. And heat tool this a little bit just so they dry a little. Just so you can see the shimmer and the shine. Do you have to use a heat tool? No, absolutely not. You can let them dry. Do you have to use watercolor paper? Well, watercolor paper is better because a regular paper does not let the water move around enough. So if you have the opportunity to use a watercolor paper, that is going to be your first choice. Okay, I think that's good enough. Look at the iridescence. Ooh, it's so pretty. Isn't that beautiful? So that's just kind of what they do. But how do you use them? Well, that's what we're going to get into, is how to actually use these. So there's a couple different methods and everybody has their own tips and techniques and you're going to do what's probably best for you. I want to start by saying that you don't have to get your hands all inky if you don't want to. Can you paint with them? Yes, you can. You know, and in fact, I am going to grab that paintbrush right here. So I've got a watercolor brush from Jane Davenport. This is the fat tip. You get two brushes. One is a bigger brush and one is a fine brush. You can also use a flat brush. It just depends upon what you're trying to do. Now I could take my purple rainstorm and I could put it here. Just a little bit of powder, and really, it goes a long way. I know it looks like I've made a little mountain here, but it's going to take some time for me to use all of this purple up. It really is. And then, where is, I don't want Frozen Pearl. 30 Sky. Ooh, let's try some Blue Wish. Put some Blue Wish over here. That's pretty. We'll see what that comes out to be. So I'm going to put some water right down on it. Ooh, pretty. And then I can go in with my paintbrush and I can paint with it. Maybe you are not all about getting your hands dirty. No problem. Let's just paint with it. And make a beautiful background. Maybe I'll put that down here. And maybe I'll add some gold. Put some gold over here. And spritz. And kind of blend it. It almost looks like it's got magic going on. Because of that mica looks just like magic. And in no time at all, I've made a killer background. And can you see, I'm just now blending them together and putting it down. And at this point, it doesn't really matter what color I pick up because they're all blended into each other. So let me dry it so you can see. I don't know if you can see the mica. It looks kind of wet right now. So let's dry it real quick. And again, you don't have to use a heat tool to dry if you don't want to. You can absolutely just set it aside and give it time to dry. And once it's dry, that mica is set. Regardless if you do it with a heat tool or you just let it dry on its own. I think that's pretty good. Now, this is completely dry, but look at that mica coming through. Is that beautiful? And I didn't get my hands inky at all. I just used a paintbrush and painted with it. Can I go back in and add some more color? Sure, if I want. All I gotta do is pop some more out. Spray it good. I could even come back in with my Jane Davenport brush and maybe do some darker lines and put it down. I could flick and put some flicks down. Totally up to you. Now my hands are inky. But that mica is just beautiful. And it's really hard to make a mistake. So pretty. So pretty. Love, 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 love. And all I did was paint. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to put that aside for right now. Let's grab a couple other colors and see what they look like. So here's another one. And this time let's go ahead and let's put down some, clean my brush out. And let's put down some of that really beautiful oxide red. Kind of down maybe in the middle. Oh, do I want to do that? No, I'm going to paint. Let's just brush that right off and we'll paint with it. See, as a powder, it doesn't look real good. But let's put this down here and let's paint with it. Okay, so I got a nice little mound going there. And got oxide red all over my hands. And the molten gold. Well, hello. Oh yeah, look at how pretty that is. Oh yeah. And let's spritz some water. And let's see what we get. Look at how rich that color is. The more water I add, the more diluted the color will become. Oh, it's beautiful with that. Let's do some more gold. Love the gold. And I want to say there's 2 or 3 golds that we have for you in this release. And each of those golds is totally different. So at this point, I'm just painting right over. But you can see the color variations based off of how much water I use. In fact, look at how light that is. It's that same red oxide, only we've added so much water, it has diluted itself right on down. And where's my big brush? I don't want to get purple in there, but I suppose if I do, it is what it is. So from really, look at the color, and it's almost dry. So from the deep dark color that I started with, all the way out to soft and smooth. And then this was the leftover. Leftover looks pretty good too, right? I mean, and I could still go back in because there's still more there. But let's dry these real quick. I wanted you to see the color variation based off of how much water you use. Look at that. It's shiny and shimmery, but the mica doesn't come off. Once it's dry, the mica is there. You don't have to set it with anything. And you have options on how deep and intense and saturated you want that color. Do you want it as dark as I've got it here? Or do you want it as light as I've got it here? You choose based off of how much water you use. And you don't have to use anything more than a paintbrush if you don't want to. If getting your fingers all inky is like, oh no, that's okay. Look at what we did, and we only used a paintbrush. But look at the iridescence on that. So pretty. Look at that iridescence. So, painting with it. Absolutely, go ahead, you can do it. I know you can. But then there's the, let's just drop right on it and see what happens method. So then you've got the, maybe we take that and we take that. So So now there's the let's just drop and see what happens method. Right onto the paper. And you never know exactly what color you're going to get until you start to mist it. And if I want more of a color, I can add. I didn't have any of this color down. And now you can leave it just like this kind of a splattery goodness and heat it. And you can watch that iridescence just kind of dance everywhere. This is about letting it be what it turns into and kind of giving up and giving over. And once it stops dancing, once you can see that the water is dried, and it's not moving everywhere. Looks about good. You know, you're done. And yeah, it kind of looks like a hot mess, but we're gonna do something fabulous with it, I am sure. So just dropping colors and misting and letting it go and kind of moving them is amazing. But you can also get really, because we're on watercolor paper, you can get really, really wet. Your paper can become soaked. It can become really, really wet. Let's see. Let's take some of the gold. And let's take maybe some of that let's take maybe some of that green. And let's mist it. And if we need to add maybe one of the darker golds too. Let's maybe add, oh, what's this color? Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I didn't cut that tip off. Heavens. I'll just add a little bit because I don't know what we're going to get until we get it. And then let's spray. Now I could be done just like that. I could let it heat, dry, and be done. But I want to move it. I want it to move. So the more water I add, the more I let it run and cover my paper. Look at it go. And kind of blend into each other. And can you see the shimmer? Is it dancing? Can you see it dancing? That's the mica in it. It's beautiful, right? And if I want to come back in, I can add I can add more color because it's wet. If I want to add more gold, I can spritz it a little more if I want it to move a little more in an area. You're on watercolor paper, so you have options. The watercolor paper is meant to stand the test of time with all of this liquid on it. I love watching it run. Can you see it? Is it dancing? I just don't know if the camera will catch it dancing. But it's beautiful. If I want more color, I mean, this is where I get into trouble because I'll just keep like dropping a little here and spritzing a little there and having those colors come up and maybe maybe I'm just gonna let it go. Maybe I'm just gonna heat. Let's heat. See what happens. I can move my colors around with my heat tool. And the only reason why I'm using a heat tool is for the purpose of the class. If I wanted or needed, I could just let it sit and dry. And once it stops dancing, then I know I'm close to being dry. I think that's good enough for what we're doing. Oh, right? Isn't that pretty? I love this stuff. It makes my heart happy because there's no right, there's no wrong. Everything's going to come out totally different. And then I can start, this is my canvas to start creating from. This is my canvas to start creating from. This is my canvas to start creating from. And it just is a little bit of happiness. But wait. Oh, I just threw everything and it all fell. Wait. What if we went ahead and let's use this one. And this is the Purple Rainstorm. And kind of did that on here. And let's use Frozen Pearl. Put a little Frozen Pearl down. And maybe a little bit of Green Bay. I don't know. How about Blue Wish? Might have too much blue. A little bit of Blue Wish. And I'm just, look at how lightly I'm putting it down. And some gold for good measure, because why not, right? Oh, I've got so much down here, I'm going to be able to make a dozen of these. Okay, I'm going to need to pull some more paper, that is for sure. And then let's mist. And then let's swirl. Don't know what we're gonna get. Might be mud, might not. Ooh. Then I can go back in and start picking up color. Start picking up color. And I can lay down more color. Oh, I don't want that in there. Come on. And go in and lay down a little more color. And flip it over and pick up color. Ooh, and I can add more water and make it loose. And go in and pull up. And go in and pull up and go in. Until I have covered my entire, I could add more gold. And pull up that gold. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at how pretty it is. Love, love, love. Let's spritz that gold a little bit. I could drop color directly onto my, I could drop color directly on if I wanted. And add it in that way. I could take a smaller piece and come back and start pulling all this up. And saving this for a rainy day. So I like the idea of swirling and swooshing and moving to where you just kind of let it go. Let's take another one. Let's take this green. Is that green? Yeah. And I'm just going to do this green. I'm only going to do one color. It comes out so fine. And I might just put a little bit more green, just because I can. And then pretty. I don't know that I would do anything more to it. I think I might just let that be and let that dry, right? Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to let that dry for just a minute, but I need to pick up the rest of this. So you can see a little's going to go a long way. Oh, I'm out of water? Almost. Gosh, that color's beautiful. Oh, I like that too. I think I'm just going to let that be. All right, so I'm not going to worry about the rest of this, although it really, I should use it, but I can't. Otherwise, I'll be here all day long making backgrounds. Look at how stunning is this one. Holy smokes, artichokes. So this one's curling up, so I'm going to give it a slight mist on the backs to get it to start laying down. Look at the color on that. Oh my gosh, is that beautiful? But then here's the leftovers. And there was even more leftovers. This is easy to use. You just have to start and then figure out which method you like best. Do you like to just sprinkle, 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 spray, 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 move, 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 done? Do you like to paint, paint, paint with it? Do you like to get it rolling around and really coverage? Or maybe now that you know that you can do all of this with it, you use the technique that works best for what you're trying to accomplish at that time. You've got options. And then where do you take it from then? Then you start to stamp and you start to make beautiful things. Let's take this one and let's cut this in half. Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have my stamping blocks out. That's what I don't have. Okay, well, we're just gonna make it work. I don't have my stamping blocks or a gush pad out. Holy smokes, artichokes. Well, girlfriend, gonna make it work. I'm gonna take my Sizzix cutting mat because I don't have my stamp blocks in front of me, and I'm not gonna go run to get them. So we're just gonna use my cut mat. And let's see. Okay, so here's one of the Creative Expressions stamps. These are not new. They've been around. We've never featured them before, but they are beautiful. They work so good for this. The silhouettes are, I wanted with silhouettes. And so I went and found a ton of their stamps with nothing but silhouettes on them that just spoke to me. And these two give you options to make your opening as big as you want. You've got the corners here. It's so pretty. Love it. And Claire, wait till you see what Claire did with this set. Oh, gorgeous. But let's start. Well, maybe I'll use that one. And maybe I'll use this one. So normally you would have a stamp block. I do not. In a pinch, I'm going to make it work. This is a rubber stamp. So it's got cling on one side, which, look at that, is going to cling right to my Sizzix clear plate. It's a deeply etched rubber stamp. I will tell you, Creative Expressions has some of the best prices on stamps anywhere. Really, they do. Now I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to use an India ink. So India ink on clear stamps is definitely going to stain the stamp, which I don't mind because it allows me to know where I'm doing my placement. I'll pull a clear stamp and we'll use one with India ink at some point. I just want to put my lids on. I feel if I don't, I'm just asking for a world of trouble. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and this is a Hero Arts India ink. India ink is an ink that works well for just about everything. It does not move with water, which means, or with your Copic markers or your Aussie Andrew Couture Creations $1.99 alcohol markers. I know many of you have received your $1.99 alcohol markers, wahoo kachoo. So if you're looking to do any kind of stamping and coloring, India ink is great because it doesn't move with water if you're doing watercoloring, and it doesn't move with alcohol, with your alcohol inks. So this is a brand new stamp. Not sure. Let's just stamp on the back of this just to make sure I've got a good image because I haven't used it before. Oh, my gosh, is that gorgeous? So we are making mountains out of molehills by using my Sizzix clear block as opposed to a stamp block. And because I don't have a gush pad, I'm going to stamp this upside down. And when I say upside down, I mean the stamp is facing me. Normally, I would turn the stamp over and press down, but I don't have a gush pad underneath for the stamp to sink into. So we're just going to do it this way. And I'm going to give a little back massage. And we'll see how I do. Okay, so pretty. Look at how easy that was, right? So pretty. But then let's take, we have this piece because I cut it in two. Let's take this piece and we'll take this stamp off. And I will grab this one and peel the liner piece off to expose the foam. And we'll put it on my block again. Looky. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. And let's ink it up and hopefully I get a pretty good image first go round. I know some people will take an eraser and put an eraser to their stamp before they use it for the first time. Some people will stamp off, which is what I did when I stamped here, but look at how gorgeous is that image. Oh my gosh. And let's take this piece and I want to make sure I get those butterflies. So I think I will put it there. Think long, think wrong. It's only paper. Give a nice back massage. Getting it on my hands, but that's okay. Nobody's going to see the back side of paper. Oh! Love it. Oh my gosh. So pretty. And then you mount it. What paper do I have? Do I like that paper? I don't know. What kind of blue should I use? Maybe I think this might be too green. Oh, okay. Or let's try that dark blue. I don't know. Which did you like better? I would like a darker blue if I have one. Do I have one? I don't see one. So be it. This is the blue I'm going with. You know what? I'm just going to tape it down in place and then cut. So you would do a much better job. I haven't trimmed this out at all. Don't stick to me. Okay, so let's trim that, and then let's just trim this out, just so you can get an idea. There's one. And let's take this off and put this back. And Now you would do a much better job than taping down. You'd do all the sides and everything. I'm just trying to get it down to give you an idea of what it could be. I could even do, oh, so pretty, so pretty. Let's go ahead and tape this side down. There, better. And now, look at that, like it was almost made for it. And I'm just using Sizzix Ellison's 80-pound cardstock for mounting cardstock. Well, wahoo kachoo, and look at the iridescence. So, so lovely. You could make background after background after background and then just cut them up and stamp on them. Now that I've double matted them, I really like the colors I picked. Look at how pretty. You can do this. These are just that simple to use. You saw it. It was, yes, if you want to get your hands inky, your hands will get inky. There's no question about it. But remember, I did these with a paintbrush, and I didn't have to get inky at all. So we'll put this one down. And call it done and move on. Love the stamps from Creative Expressions that we chose. They are not new. They're not old either. I want to say they're all from this year, but none of them have ever been on a YouTube before. And I think that they're just all spectacular. I went through their entire catalog one night looking for just the right stamps. And these were the ones that I thought would look so good with this. Then I had to call him and say, hey, by the way, do you have these? Okay. So your choice. Pretty. Okay, moving on. If I can get everything to just stand up. All right, now let's talk about Simple and Basic. And Simple and Basic is a company that does dies. And the dies they do, well, they do a whole assortment of them, but the ones that made me stop traffic were the ones that I have for you today. They've done a whole collection of mini Slimline dies. Yeah, mini Slimline, not the full-size Slimline, mini Slimline. And they've got a beautiful, beautiful collection of them. Amazing collection of them that all will work with each other or independently. And look at all the tags they gave you in here. Fabulous. And then this, there's actually 2 dies here. This is an add-on die that you can then use with some of the other dies to add a scallop or a frame. So these are mini Slimlines, and I think that they're beautiful, and I think what you can do with them is beautiful. What if I took this one and I gotta keep these somewhat handy because I might want to use them. Let's see. What if I took this one and that one? Okay, let's play with these 2 first. And I think I'm going to use this one here. And a piece of paper. Let's see, grab some black paper. Here we go. I think I'm going to cut this one out of black. I want that frame. So let's trim it on my black paper. Do I want black? You know what? Let's just do it. It's only paper. So there's no prep to these classes. What you see is what you get. There's no edits. It is what it is. Sometimes I change my mind halfway through, and that's okay. People have the right to change their minds, right? I'm going to bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine. I'm not going to use my magnetic platform right now because I don't need it. So I'm just going to use it with the platforms that came with the newer machines, which is a base platform and a solo shim. So the newer machines, if you happen to get a newer machine, usually comes with a base platform, standard size, a solo shim standard size, and then 2 clear cutting pads like this. Eventually they will not be clear. As you can see, mine are being cut into. And then I like what's called a do not cut plate. They don't call it a do not cut plate. I just buy another plate in a different color because they sell like blueberry and mint and glitter plates. And I keep that one. I try not to cut into it at all so it never warps. It just stays nice and flat. Over time, even if you flip it back and forth and you move your dies, eventually these are going to warp and you're not going to be able to see through it. There's going to be so many cuts into it. For a wafer style die, which is what this is, and it's a wafer style die because, well, it's pretty much wafer thin, you are always going to need your base platform and your solo shim. These are not necessarily intricate dies, so you don't need a precision base plate. If you were working with one of my dies, you would absolutely need a precision base plate, but a simply defined die. But a simple and basic, not needed. And I'm going to die cut this out because I want that frame. Pretty simple frame. I shouldn't have to rotate it. I'm just going to wheel it back because I would have to pick it up anyway and bring it back. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, easy peasy. So look at that. It's a pretty cool looking frame. Let's see if I've got some white paper in here. How about, there we go, white paper. That's a pretty cool looking frame. But what am I going to fill it with? And don't forget, I have all of these pieces here as well. I'm going to save those pieces because now I'm going to take my pinks the two pinks that I started with and bring those on over, and I'm going to die cut these as well. Gosh, I only need to use a little bit of this one. I think I'll use the darker side. Oh, wouldn't that be pretty? I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use that darker side. Now I could take and just put that right over the top. Absolutely could do that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to die cut. Let's bring my machine on over. I'm going to save this for something else. Put it down, and I really want that darker piece. Love that. And send it on through. And now I have two frames and all my little windows in black and in my color, which means I can then go and start to put let's go there. Oh, this is going to take me forever. Let's see if I can find one that's easy to figure out. There, that one's good. That one can go in there. And that one can go in there. And that one looks like it belongs there. And this one belongs there. And that one belongs there. And look at that. By George, I've got my puzzle built. But I can also then put these back here. And by cutting both, I was able to utilize both frames. But what if I wanted to take this lighter piece and do something with it? So I really don't care. Oh, but it's going to, look at that, it's going to fit too. Look at that, isn't that just amazing? It is, it's totally awesome that it fits. That makes my heart so happy. These are mini Slimlines. Mini. They're wonderful. I had never seen a company do a whole line of mini Slimline before. I think I've got it all the way in. So I've got my base platform, my solo shim, my cut plate, my paper, my die, which is going to fit by the hair of a chinny chin chin. But that's all we needed. And if I had a hair on my chinny chin chin, because you are all my friends, you would tell me that. And send it on through. Creaks and cracks are okay. And you can see just a one roll is cutting it beautifully. It's hard to believe that something like this, that has no blades in it at all, can cut paper. But through the right machine, it absolutely can. You know, whatever, so these are going to fit most die cutting machines. I don't know, it may fit, I don't have a ruler. I don't know how many inches that is. They may fit a sidekick. I don't know about that, but definitely a big shot, a big kick, a vagabond, a plus, a pro, a Fabby big shot, a vintage big shot, a platinum 6, a platinum 8, a Gemini, one machine, a grand caliber. Sure, absolutely. All of those are going to work. So now I made 3. So now I've got 3. Okay, so let's take it and let's play. So out of 3 pieces of paper, one of them being black, and I only used half a sheet of this one, let's grab some sticky dots. This one open. Let's grab some sticky dots. You're saying, what are sticky dots? Sticky dots are a game changer for intricate dies. There are hundreds of thousands of little micro dots on this side. There's nothing on this side, it's the liner. And it allows you to take something intricate, put it down. So all your intricate dies, put them down. And then I can just put these back into place. So one there, and one there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Close it up, rub it really good, and those sticky dots are going to transfer from the sheet to the paper. But any place there isn't paper, the sticky dots are going to stay. So there's sticky dots all right here and all over here. Now let's take the next one. We might as well just do all of them. And let's put that one there. And let's throw everything back into place. So that goes there. And that goes there. And this one goes there, and that one is gonna go there, this one here, and then I'm missing, oh, and here it is. And set it down, give a good rub. All the sticky dots are gonna stay there. Now the last one I'm going to do is this one. Put it down and put all my pieces back together again. Just like we are building Humpty Dumpty. And there, and there, and here, and here, and here. Okay, all in there, ready to go. Now I've got a piece of white paper here just to show, just to make things a little easier. I'm going to start by taking off my frames. I'm going to leave all my little puzzle pieces behind and just start with my frames. And they're sticking right down. Sticky dots are repositionable until they become permanent. So you have a little bit of time to work with them, but at some point they are going to become permanent and you will not be able to move them. Okay, now I can start to build. What do I want to put where? Do I want to put this one in here? And maybe this one there? And maybe this one here, and maybe that one up there, and maybe this one right here, and I can put it's that one, right? No. Okay, well, it's got to fit. I know I put it in here. It's that one, isn't it? No, it is not. It's this one. There we go. That one there. And maybe how about that black one right here? And maybe that one. There. And look at that. Just like that, I am building these together. Nope. Really? Oh, here, this one. Here we go here. And we can go here. And we can go here. And here. And I'm just building them. I still have tons of sticky dots. That one's gonna have to go there. And this one can go there. And this one can go here. And that one can go there. And in no time at all, I have got 3 card fronts, or 3 bookmarks, or 3. Okay. Give a good press down just to make sure everything is all nice and down. Now you may not want a white border around it, but since I put it on white, I'm just going to leave a little bit of a mat for me. And because I cut the entire thing, oh, is that pretty? Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Because I cut the entire piece with the die, I was able to cut 3 pieces of paper and make 3 completely different. My gosh, these would be beautiful as, like I said, bookmarks. Oh my gosh, these would be beautiful as bookmarks. If you laminate them, luggage tags. There's so much more that can be done besides just cards. Which one do you like better? You don't have to choose. You can do it all. With the Pixie Sparkles, all you have to do is make beautiful backgrounds, and then you decide what you want it to be. I could absolutely make a card out of these without any question. And because Simple and Basic gives you so many different card fronts or different dies in the mini Slimline, you absolutely have options. So that would make a beautiful piece on a layout. Oh my gosh, yes. But you've got so many other dies still to choose from that you can work with. Absolutely. What if we cut that piece out? Do we cut? Yeah, do we cut that piece out and then do we stamp on it? Do we just leave it? Do we just put a sentiment on it? Hard to decide. Let's just cut it out and we'll see what we end up with. So let's cut that one out. And then maybe we'll do this one. Okay, so let's put these off to the side for now. And this off to the side for now. And let's cut this one. And then we're going to do this. So which part of this do I want? I don't know. It's hard. It's so beautiful. It almost hurts me to cut it. But a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do when crafting, right? A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. I'm not going to get rid of that. There might be something I decide to do with that later. Look at that piece. And then we can back it right onto a piece of black. So 1, 2. My tape is a little bit longer than I need. I can choose to tear it off, but it's double stick tape, so I'm just gonna fold it right back onto itself. And that way, you just fold it right back in, done. Fold it right back in, done. And I'm just gonna leave a small, tiny black outline. I know you all would use a trimmer. I'm a free-handed kind of girl. No, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm not perfect, so I'm okay with that. Oh my gosh, is that beautiful? I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it sure is pretty. Okay, let's move this off to the side and let's play with that other die for a few minutes. What color do I want to do? Oh, do I want to use that? Let's find a pretty color to go with that. I don't know if that's the right color. But let's see. Ooh, what color is this? Oh, do we like that? I think that would work for an envelope, wouldn't you? Okay, let's do that. Pretty. So, this die here makes an envelope for all of your simple and basic mini slimline dies. Oh, and the tag one. I might do something with the tag one. All of the mini slimline dies, it makes a wonderful, wonderful envelope for. This one came off of, not that one, this one. So how does that envelope work? Let me show you. Makes my heart happy. And I don't know which ones I like more. If I like these, I love with the black and the different colors coming out and popping off. It just looks so pretty. But then I don't know, maybe I like these better. It's hard when you have so many options with some simple product. Okay, so I'm gonna put all those, keep this one here, take this one. This is 2 dies, and it will take both dies to make the envelope. Are you gonna cut this die twice? No. However, I need to let you know that this is very, very tight on the Sizzix Big Shot machine, on the platform that I have. If you've got the extended platform, you're gonna be okay. But this is a big die, and it goes through by the hair of a chinny chin chin. So if I'm using my standard platform, you can see, I mean, it just makes the cutting pad, which means I'm gonna tape it in place. I might even pull it up just a little bit so it's slightly off my cutting pad and tape it in place. Washi tape, please. So it's slightly off my cutting pad. And then I'm going to send it on through. And roll, roll, roll. Easy, 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 easy. And then I'm just going to slide it on down. So now this side is on my cutting pad. Because it's already cut this side. This was here. So when I rolled it through, the pressure hit here from the roller, but it didn't hit here. Now I'm just going to slide it on down. So now the roller's going to hit this side, and this will be slightly off and it won't hit. No problem. Might even send it, oh, don't do that. Don't double cut on me. Might even send it down a little bit more. There we go, and let's see what we get. So really all I need is this top piece to be cut because everything else got cut first go round. Wahahaha. You can absolutely try and do it on a single roll. You can. Let's do it out of this paper. You can do it as a single roll. I prefer not to, only because if it moves or if I don't quite get it, well then I mean it is only paper, but it's not white paper, so you're paying for the colored paper. I mean, the colored paper is more expensive than the white paper. So let's do it one more time. Or maybe I should do it out of black. Ooh, let's do it out of black. Change of mind. Okay, so I've got it there. I'm just going to cut it down. If you don't have one of the extended multi-purpose platforms, which is the longer platform, and you don't want to worry, did it cut all the way through or not? You're just going to do a double roll. I've got my base plate. I've got my solo shim. I've got my cut plate. I've got my die. And my die with the washi tape is on my cut plate. So it's slightly off my cut plate here. So that roller in the machine isn't going to hit here and have enough pressure to cut it because it's not on that cut plate. But that's okay. Put on my do not cut plate right over the top. And let's send it on through. That way we have two colors to choose from. Send it on through. Again, will it fit if you want it to? Yes, if you want to squeak it on in there, you go right ahead. For me, it's just easier to then just take this and slide it down. And now this is on my cut plate. And this side is hanging slightly off. And just send it right back on through. And again, really all I need to do is this top piece right here because all of this got cut on the first go round. And ta-da, that should be enough. And look at there, perfect every time. Now, on this die cut, there's a bunch of score lines. What look like score lines. There's little dotty lines as a design around the insides, and then the score lines are here. There should be no dots. You don't want to score anywhere it looks like a little dotty line. You don't want to score there. Make sure I'm not on my dotty line. Come on. There we go. So I don't know if you can see. Can you see it's got this little dotty pattern kind of on the inside edge all the way around? It's got it also on the front and on all the sides. You want to do the score line where there is no little dotty pattern. There we go. And then our last two. Oh, look at how easy was that. And our last two, our last one. Okay, so you may use a bone folder to get those score line downs really good, but there is your envelope. And you're like, say what? That doesn't look like an envelope. It's got a big old hole in the center. What am I gonna do with that? I can't put anything in there. It's got a big old hole in the center. Yes, yes it does. That's because they give you one more die to go with it. Remember, it looks like this. What do you do with this die? Easy peasy. Let's grab some black paper. Cut that little die out. And you want to use cardstock that isn't white core. If you fold white core card or white core paper, you're going to see cracks. You're going to have white cracks come through on those score lines. Easy peasy. And while I'm at it, let's cut one. While I'm at it, let's just cut one in the green too. Do I have enough green left on this one? Is this wide enough? Nope, not wide enough. Is this one wide enough? Oh, you think I can get it? Man, that's tight, but I'm willing to give it a try. For that, I think I will use my magnetic platform. You're like, a magnetic platform? What's a magnetic platform? Well, it's sold separately, let me tell you that. Although I think we include it for free when you buy one of our bundles with Big Shot Machine. We try to make it affordable because it's a $40 item. But what's nice about it is no washi tape or anything needed. Look at that. Once you put it in place, it stays in place. Especially when you're stamping and die cutting, if you've got a stamped image and you need that die to fit perfectly, or you're like by the hair of a chinny chin chin getting it on there. That's a wahoo kachoo. That way I didn't waste any of that paper. And then send it on through and let's see if we made it, because it's tight. Love our Sizzix magnetic platform. Makes my heart happy. Okay, so I have this one here and I have this one here. And again, if you can see, there's dotted lines, little dotty lines as a detail here, 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 and there. Your score lines, and then there's a dotty edge all the way in the center. Your score lines are anything that does not have a dotted edge to it. So there's a score line. And there's a score line. Now this is 80-pound paper and my black was 100-pound paper. So the black had a little bit more trouble for me finding the score line, only because it was a thicker paper and I wasn't using any kind of a bone folder or ruler to help me. There's a score line. And there's a score line. So again, I'm in the same boat. I've got all of these edges, but a big old hole in the center. What do? That's where the top piece comes into play. That top piece finishes it off. so that you can have it open this way, or you can have your envelope open this way. Now all you have to do is tape everything together. So I want to add a little bit of tape here to close up this one. I want to add a little bit of tape here to close up this one. I don't want the tape to go all the way up, and I don't want it to any tape here because I need it to. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Stacy tape. So a little bit of tape. In fact, I'm going to take that piece out. A little bit of tape. And a little bit of tape. And then I can pull those off. And close up the bottom. And then I've got a little tape showing. I can add a little tape to my bottom here. Fold that back on into itself. Line this on up. And I've now made my envelope. In which my little mini Slimlines fit. Any of them will fit. In fact, I could have made this bigger. I've got room. Gosh, I could have made it bigger. Ooh. Is this one? Let's see. I think this one's the same size. Yep, that one's the same size. Is this one any bigger? I might have gone as big as I can go. Yep, that's the same. I could have cut my mat instead of freehanded it, but all of them will fit right inside your envelope. And you're good to go. So then I can also take and do this one. Only this time I'm going to do a coin envelope so it opens at the top. So same thing. I'm going to put a little piece of tape here and a little piece of tape there. Little piece of tape here just to lock these two in place. Just to lock those in place. And then I'm going to run Stacy tape here. Depending on how you orientate your envelope really makes a difference on where you have to put the Stacy tape, or any double-sided tape for that matter. there, and some there. And some here. And then I can take my Stacy tape off. Line it up where I want it. And put it down. And now I've got a coin edge envelope for my mini Slimlines. Up. Don't get stuck. Come on. Oh, maybe a little fat on that edge. Trim that down just a wee bit. Let's try it again. No, stop. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Yay! It wants to, there we go. Yay! So my mini Slimlines, whether it be a coin edge envelope, or a standard flap envelope. You can do this. I don't think I would do anything to the front of this. I think if anything, I would do something on the back with a happy birthday. I would make maybe a beautiful, I don't know, a bookmark, or I would laminate it and make it a beautiful tag of some sort. But options are aplenty. And I have so much more to use. I didn't even get to use this one, which kind of makes me a little bit sad because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. What stamp do I have that would just look so phenomenal on this? I want that one. Or do I want the big? What if I did that? Let's take the big one. So again, Creative Expressions. These are brand spanking new, never been used. So as you can see, the liner is what has the image. The actual stamp does not. But I said I was going to use, keep these handy because they're beautiful. I said I would use India ink on a clear stamp so you can see that it actually stains. On a rubber stamp, you can put a little baby wipe on it. You can put a little hand sanitizer. This is hand sanitizer. And it will clean up and off on a rubber stamp. On a clear stamp, it's going to stain the stamp. And I'm okay with it staining the stamp, and I'm going to show you why. So let's pull my clear plate again because I don't have my block with me. When in doubt, work it out. There, instant block. I think I might stamp on the back side just so I can see. So now I'm going to ink it up, and I'm only going to ink half of it. So from this side, you can see very easily what you've inked and what you haven't inked. Much easier to see. Let's go ahead and give a whirl and see what I get. Okay, well, it needs to stamp off a couple times, but we're just going to go for it. So now if I were to clean it, my stamp is stained. Can I put some alcohol on it? Yes, but you know what? My stamp is still stained. It is not a rubber stamp, so it's not going to come off. It does not bother me at all that it's like that, because then I can actually see my stamp much better. So let's ink it all up. And all we can do is try, right? That's all you can do. Give a good back rub. This is a big stamp, so for many of you, if you don't have a stamp positioner, this might be the ideal way to stamp it. That way you're sure you get every little area and you don't leave any holes. If you've got a stamp positioner, of course you can re-ink and stamp again. All right, well, it's a little light, but not bad. Little light. Would have liked it a hair bit darker. But you know what? You make lemonade out of lemons, right? That's really pretty, huh? Let's send that on through. Well, I guess I can use my magnetic platform because I want the stamp. Take my stamp off my plate. And let's line up what I want. So now I get the option of deciding what it is I want it, what piece of the stamp do I want to cut? What do I want to cut? That's pretty. Put my top plate over it. Send it on through. So now I've cut that piece out. Send it on back. And gosh, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of this. I could cut tags out of it. It's up to me what I want to do with it. But then this set also has the frame that goes around it. So what do I have in here that would look really pretty? Let's see what these colors are. Not the right lavender, purple. No, pink's no good either. Still not so sure about that. How about a soft blue? What do we think? Anybody? Comments from the peanut gallery? This is where I struggle. This will take me a year to figure out. So we're just going to do it. That'll look good. So I've got the big die. That'll cut out a perfect little frame for that. Let's bring my machine back over and send it on through. Creaks and cracks are okay. That made a kind of a thump because I didn't have it on an angle, but it's not a problem. It's a really easy die to cut. Open frame die, not intricate at all. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Let's just tape this on down. 1. 2, I know it's a little long. I could choose to tear it off. I'm just gonna fold it back into itself because it's double-sided tape, and you can do that with double-sided tape. Fold it right into itself and bam. And bam. And then let's put it right on down. It's a little high. What I would give to be able to stand up to center this in YouTube's. I just want to stand up and center it. All right. Think long, think wrong. Just do it. Done. And then, you know, that just covers. Just covers. So what if I was to take I mean, it just covers. Let's just add a little bit of tape to the very edges. Right up to that edge. And right up to that edge. Use what you got. It's a beautiful piece of paper, and I would hate to throw it away. And it came out so pretty. Let's take off my tape. Take off my tape. So I've got just enough that it just covers up. Just covers up the opening, but nobody has to know what you've got beneath the card, right? Oh, no, don't pull, don't pull, don't pull. And look at there. That couldn't have worked out any better. And I used up all of that paper. It was so pretty. It was too pretty not to use. Look at that. It's beautiful. Gosh, I wish you could just come to the store and see it. They always look so much better when you get here. The camera never, ever, ever does them justice. But look at the pretty things we made. Look at the pieces we didn't even get to use. Right? Kind of sad. We didn't even get to use. We didn't get to finish that one or use another piece of it. But we made some super cool things. We started with the Pixie Sparkles. And they're a powdered pigment that has a mica built into them, which allows you to paint with it or put it right down on your paper and spritz it with some water and let it go, or smoosh, put it on your craft mat and mist it, and then smoosh, and then keep picking up color until you've got something that is magnificent. So many different ways to use the Pixie Sparkles. And like I said, we started with 6 colors, and here are the remaining 12. They're just amazing. Then we played with the Simple and Basic dies and the Creative Expressions stamps. I mean, the stamps, I've got so many here that I didn't even get to touch that are so beautiful. I picked, I think, 7 or 8 for this YouTube that really made my heart happy and really spoke to the product. Really did. They're just gorgeous. We used those and made yummies. I just don't know how you can go wrong. And then with the Simple and Basic dies that allow you to make those mini, super cute little mini, what did I do with my pretty one? My green one, anybody see? Oh, mini Slimlines. A whole collection for nothing more than mini Slimlines. But you don't have to do mini Slimlines if you don't want to with them. You can use them as frames for anything else. Look at this, is no longer a mini Slimline. But I really like it. I like how I was able to get that back, and nobody needs to know that there's a hole in the back. You just keep that quiet. Nobody needs to know that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And options aplenty. And then the envelope, either the coin edge or the flap edge, all based on how you tape it down. You can do both. You get to do both with this. So great. So great. Okay. Holy smokes, artichokes. We did a lot. And I still have these ones over here that are just so happy. Love it. Who wouldn't love this card? Look at that. Gosh, you could even put one. You could decorate the front with one. Put one. I mean, you've got options. Okay, so, holy smokes. Okay, so what do we have on sale for you this week? Well, I've got a mess going on. We've got the flash sale from Spellbinders. And that is a flash sale that we've done before. We've got very few left, but they said we've got them. So if you want to use them, use them. You get the 2 water brushes with the 2 different size nibs. You get 2 needle nose fine tip bottles that you can use for glue or just about anything else you want. And then the 2 misters that I was using today. You also get the Jane Davenport watercolor water journal, which I did not use as a art journal. I just started cutting paper out because the watercolor paper in it is beautiful, and you get so much. This book alone sold for $34, and we're doing the entire bundle for $19.99. So if you already got it once and now you know how much you love the watercolor paper, here's your time to get it again. When they're gone, they're gone. I am told we have got the last of the, especially the journals, the last of the journals. So those are on sale for you. Then I have the stamps from Creative Expressions that I thought just went so beautifully with the collection. And you will see that the girls have done beautiful samples using all of the stamps. And they're all on sale at 20% off. And I went page by page by page through their catalog, online catalog, to find the stamps that I thought would work the absolute best for the Pixie Sparkles. Wait till you see the dragonfly. I mean, the dragonfly was beautiful. Then we have Simple and Basic. It's a brand new company. They are an international company for us. And we've got all of their mini Slimline collection. So there is an I Want It All for this. There's also just open stock. But with the Slimline being so popular and mini Slimline now taking off, I hadn't seen a company put together such a nice collection of dies that will coordinate and work with each other. And then the envelope to boot. Hello! I mean, that's amazing, right? Okay, then we have the Pixie Sparklers. And there are 12 new colors. Remember, when you get them, you have to open them up, take that little piece off, close it up, and then cut below the line that's shown on the nozzle. You want to cut below that line, because if you try to get them out with this little tip, oh, you're going to be trying for a long time. And these are going to last you a really long time. You think you're spritzing out so much, it's like dust. It really is like fairy dust. So the colors that we have for you. So this is Green Bay. So we've done it where we've kind of painted a little bit and spritzed a little bit. Here you've got Blue Wash. Here you've got Purple Rainstorm. Oh, aren't those pretty? Then we have, and I didn't even use it. Well, I guess I use Sandstorm. It's kind of a goldy. Sandstorm. And Pumpkin Patch. And Red Oxide. I used that one a lot. I know, they're beautiful. And then, oh my gosh. Then we have Boulevard Lights. Look at that. Is that amazing? Look at that color. Is that phenomenal? You've got blues and blacks and grays mixed in with that beautiful gold. And here you've got Copper Splash. And then at the end, we've got Flirty Sky. And then the last ones, the last three, we've got Pearl, or Frozen Pearl. We've got your Molten Gold. And then we've got your Golden Marble. There is not one in the bunch that I do not like. I think they are beautiful. And when you add them with the original 6, oh my gosh. And because there's so much you can do with them, paint with them, pour them on your paper and spritz with them, or pour them onto the craft mat and schmooze with them, you have options. Okay, so those are on sale. I think that's everything that's on sale. Let's do samples. All right, so I showed you this one. I think I showed you this one. The envelope. And then the card. And that's a Creative Expressions stamp. And look at, they took the extra that they had left over from the background here and they used it on the envelope. Who wouldn't love this, right? Beautiful, really, really beautiful. And then the purple. Again, one of the stamps that we have for you, as are the stamps on the side. And then I have Smile. So we did, these are out of the mini Slimline. And then this is probably out of a leftover piece using, that looks like pumpkin patch maybe? Or pumpkin, it's pumpkin something or other. And they just cut that one and backed it. Look at how pretty. So it doesn't have to be so much. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be all of it. It could just be a piece of it. That's where those scraps that I refuse to throw away come in, where you've got just, you want just a little accent piece. So here we have, well, we could do it this way, or we could do it that way. Similar to the one that I did, paper piecing things back in, only they left it open. They put this, so they cut here, they cut, this is the background of it. So they did what I did and they left holes. Good job. Really good job. Love it. And look at how soft and sweet is this one. So the background is done with the Pixie Sparkles and the Hope here, and then they're all cut. It's all cut out with the mini Slimline. And there's, so this piece came from here. So they stamped on the card base, the dandelions, then took this piece here, cut this piece out for the Hope, made a window for those dandelions to show through. Made a window. Clever, huh? Love. Oh, look at how gorgeous is this. Be positive. That's using that big stamp and just a little bit of this, the Pixie Sparkle with a paintbrush, just dusted in on the gold. Just paint it in. Remember I showed you can just pick it up with a paintbrush and paint it in. It is not like a perfect pearl. It's nothing like a perfect pearl. Totally different product. So here we have our envelope. Oh, and that's a stamp. Look at how beautiful is this. Ready to go? Envelope. Done. Rockstar. This background here, this stamped edge, is one of the mini Slimlines. Then you've got the one that I used, and they filled it in. So pretty. And this one they made a full Slimline out of. And here you've got the background with the Creative Expression stamps. They even did the card base. So they did around the card base, then they matted the black and on the card front on the black onto the card. Pretty. Ugh. These are just gorgeous. And you just sit and make pretty papers and then decide Now what am I going to do with it? And let the paper talk to you. It'll tell you what it wants to do. It will, just like this one told me that. It'll tell you what it wants. The Pixie Sparkles. Stamped image, and they did that on vellum. They stamped on vellum. And then the dream. And this came off of that big stamp that I used. It came off this set right here. That dragonfly came off of that big set. Enjoy life. So you've got your Pixie Sparkles here, and then they used the mini Slimlines to do the mats. And You Are Cherry Sweet came off of the big set. Again, the cherries and the You Are Cherry Sweet came off that big set that I used. And you've got the Pixie Sparkles doing the background. Oh, and look at how beautiful is this. So they used the mini Slimline to do the frame, and then they stamped She Fussy Cut, bless her pea pickin' heart, with the big stamp. So pretty. You got this. Yes, you do. You've got this. You can do this. Cute mini Slimline. Oh, so pretty mini Slimline. Look at the iridescence. I just don't know if the camera gets it or not, but oh my gosh, if you're able to get into the store and see the samples, you will be wowed. That's for sure. And then just a few more. Believe in Yourself. Now this is from that stamp set, one of those stamp sets that I said I really, really like, because you can make it the box, any size you want. Here's the set, but it gives you this extra line right here that you can use down the sides to make the box any size you want. Love that. And here they took scraps, almost like washi tape, and just lined them up, all the different scraps from all the different ones they were playing with, to make another card. Just took scraps, took the extra pieces that I refused to throw away. This is what they did with it. And then last but not least, just a simple cherry card using that big stamp set, just the cherries that are on that huge stamp set. And then I do have a layout. So I'm going to back it up. Claire did this layout, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So you have the envelope holding the tag, and she used, you know that line I just told you about from that stamp set? That line, that kind of rustic kind of hand-drawn line, right here, hello. And she used the Slimline envelopes, and she used some of the tags that came in one of the Slimline, mini Slimline cards that came with a bunch of tags. Here you've got another mini Slimline frame, and look at that stamped image she did. Here you've got a tag that she used. This is beautiful, Claire. Beautiful. Look at the detail. Just beautiful. So, did you see anything? Did you learn anything? Did you at least have fun, even if it's not for you? Oh my gosh. The Pixie Sparkles, yes, my hands are inky. Your hands don't have to be if you don't want. You can get gloves or you can paint with it, because remember, I made some pretty samples just painting with it. Up to you how you use it. I'm the kind of girl, I just want to throw it all down on my craft mat and start smooshing away. Oh my gosh, yeah, smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Absolutely, sound effects are required. So it is up to you on how to use those Pixie Sparkles, but I think you'll love them once you have them. And you'll utilize them because you have so many different ways to use them. That's amazing. Let's go back. Then we have Simple and Basic. Brand new company for us, and I was really impressed with the collection they put together of mini Slimlines. We'll have to see what more they bring out, but they are definitely on my radar, and they are an international company, so not something you're going to find here in the US not too frequently, I don't think. So take a look. They're beautiful products. And at reasonable prices for international product that we have to import ourselves. I'm pretty happy with that. And gosh, and then we have that flash sale from Spellbinders, and it's here when it's here and it's gone when it's gone. I talked to them today, and it was a last minute thing, and they said, yeah, we've got enough to do this many. And I said, okay, we'll do them. And so if you want savings on that fabulous watercolor paper and that art journal, plus the tools to go with, it's $55 or $56 for $19.99. If you already have yours on order, it's shipping out now. So when you get it and you know how much you find out how much you love it, hopefully there's still some left if you want to come back and get some more. Now it is me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. And I hope you've learned something. I hope something went, oh, I didn't know that, a light bulb moment, or, oh, I think I want to try that, or I didn't realize it was that simple, or yeah, I can do that. And you take that away from you or from this YouTube and you go sit at your craft station, whether it be an entire room or a little desk or a spot on your kitchen table, and get creative. All right, where are you going to find all this great product? Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com for, I think the Simple and Basic is probably us. The flash sale is definitely us. You may be able to find the Pixie Sparkles at some of your local retail stores or some other online stores. And the Hero Arts, we'll do the Hero Arts in India ink also. And of course the stamps will also be on a YouTube Yummies. So if you have a local retailer, shop local. If you don't, shop a small independent online store. There are 7 of us. That's small. I know another online retailer is literally in the size, their building is the size of like a grocery store. Oh my goodness gracious. God bless their pea-picking hearts, because they ship 12 by 12 paper and we can't. We don't know how. We're not good at it. We send all our customers their way if you want 12 by 12 paper. Bless them for doing it, truly. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you all next week, and I hope you had a good time today.